What's going on, Alfieboyfit fan? Alfieboyfit here, and if you haven't been following, I'm going to catch you guys up on roughly the past 8 months. My wife got pregnant back in August. We flew back from Texas, got back to California, and we just had a feeling that she was pregnant. So she took a test, pregnant. Then the time passed by, obviously. We did the whole appointments and yada, yada, yada. But then on March 29th, we kind of ran into a little speed bump with the whole process. Her body started changing a lot. She called the doctor. Doctor said, come in. Now we have a baby. I'm gonna leave all the rest of the story to her. Hopefully she tells it pretty well so you guys can have an idea of really what went down in depth. Today is April 2nd. I couldn't record in the hospital just because that's their policy. And then I wasn't gonna record as soon as she popped the baby out because I wanted them to be situated, or I wanted her and him to be situated in the hospital. So this is 2 days after he's been born, but all in all, he's healthy, nothing wrong, and we will get to bring him home shortly. We can't take him home just yet because he's in the NICU, which is the neonatal intensive care unit. Since he is 6 weeks early, his due date was May 15th. He came out March 31st. So do the math. Super early, so he's considered premature, like I mentioned on my Instagram. If you're not following, follow. So doctors have to keep an eye on him until roughly his initial due date, but that doesn't mean anything's wrong with him. He is healthy. They just want to monitor his breathing a little bit, make sure that a preemie baby is doing what a preemie baby is supposed to be doing. Other than that, I'm gonna roll some pictures of what he looks like currently, my wife and I with him, kind of run into what you're about to see is her, my mom, and I kind of giving a rundown of what all happened. Yeah, give you guys a better understanding of our first pregnancy experience. I hope you guys enjoy. Smash that like button down below if you guys want more baby videos. Make sure to follow my Instagram. I'll have that up here. Make sure to follow her Instagram. That'll be right here. That's gonna be our two main ways of connecting with you guys on the baby's process. Get ready to be flooded with a bunch of baby pictures. I love you guys. I'll see y'all at the hospital. Alfieboyfit. We out. So before we head out, like I mentioned before, oh, can't see anything. Like I mentioned before, I forgot to tell you guys, or I forgot to record in the hospital because it was gloomy and blah, 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 blah. So here we have...
Are you recording?
My mom.
Oh, hi.
And then here we have...
The new mom.
The pregnant-tea. The post-pregnant-tea, whatever. So what she's gonna do is give you her side of the story real quick about the pregnancy experience.
Giving birth?
Giving birth from...
It feels like you're taking a
Hold on.
poop.
Hold on. From the time that we were here at the house, on the way to the hospital, and then obviously after we gave birth. So, Saturday...
Or Friday.
No, we'll go with Saturday.
Okay, Saturday.
We'll keep it Saturday. Saturday, what went down?
So Saturday, I was already contracting. And I was at home and they told me to drink water, and then I went to the bathroom and I wiped and my mucus plug came out. So we called them and they said if I'm cramping or contracting in an hour to come into the triage so they can check if I was dilated anymore. So then Anthony was shopping and he came home, and then I was like, Anthony, we don't have bags packed, but we need to pack some bags and we need to go just in case for whatever reason I go into labor, even though I was only 33 weeks and like 4 days. We got there. They checked me. I was 2.5 centimeters dilated. I was 70% E-face and my cervix was softened and I was contracting. And then they said they were going to check back in 2 hours, and if I was dilated more, they were going to go from there. And in 2 hours, they came back. But before they came back, the moment they left the room, I started contracting and I started crying and I started being in pain. But somebody kept reading memes off to me when I was trying to stay concentrated over here, like, and Anthony's like, hey babe, look at this meme right now. And he was trying to make me laugh. Have you ever tried laughing while contracting at the same time? It's not comfortable. And he's like, wait babe, but look at this one, but look at this one. I'm like, oh, but wait babe, I'm in pain right now. And he would not stop. So then, finally I pressed the nurse's button and they came back in later and they checked me, and you know, they're like, oh, you're 70%, oh, no, you're 80% E-face now and you're 4 centimeters dilated. We're gonna check you in. And then we're gonna try and stop it because the baby needs to be in there a little bit longer. And I was like, oh, okay. And as they said that, I looked at them and I said, I either peed myself or my water broke. And it checked and water just started flowing. My water broke. So they're like, oh, well, very well. We're gonna admit you now. And we're gonna try and delay it as much as we can so we can get some steroid shots in for the baby boy's lungs. And they can only give me a steroid shot every 12 hours. And then from there, they wanted to give me 4. So they wanted me to be in labor until Tuesday. I was already contracting since the last Tuesday. No. So then, when they told me that, I was like, I'm getting the epidural. He goes, are you sure? Because I told him I wasn't going to get it. But if they were going to make me go into labor until Tuesday, I was getting it. So then, finally, I got it. But before that, they gave me a shot, and it said I was going to feel like I had 5 margaritas on a beach. And let me tell you, it made me feel like I had 5 margaritas on a beach. Yeah, it felt great. And then after that, I got my epidural. I didn't feel much, and then time passed. They were only checking me so often because they didn't want to disturb the peace, you know, of the little baby in there. And they got 2 shots of steroids in me, and then finally I was like, really numb from the epidural the next day, Sunday, and I was like, I think I farted, but I haven't really been feeling myself push down there, so I don't really know if there is pressure down there. You guys should probably check me because I'm farting without even trying. So they checked me, and they went, and they're like, oh, you're 10 centimeters, you're all the way, you're ready to push, and I was like, I knew it. So then everybody started coming in, and then they're like, you're gonna start pushing 3 times like you're pooping. And let me tell you, that felt like I just took the biggest dump of my life. And my husband was at my legs holding him. About 5 pushes later, and I was watching baby, what was it called? Stupid! Oh, Daddy's Home on the big screen in between pushes. Mark Wahlberg was shirtless while I was giving birth. But the point is, popped him out. Little man went on my chest for 2 seconds so Dad could cut the cord, and then they took him immediately to the NICU. And then we got to hold him for the first time yesterday. But he's doing awesome. And the breast milk is flowing.
And when I cut the cord, well, let me zoom that out. That's in, out. All right. Now, when I cut the cord, the doctor came in. He pinched one side, pinched another side, and then he gave me the little forceps and said, now when you cut it, it's gonna be like cutting a piece of meat. So what I was thinking is really saw at it, right? Wrong. Either it wasn't like a piece of meat, or I just really cut through it. So
it's some gains, baby.
Highly doubt it. So I snipped, and as soon as I snipped, blood spattered everywhere. Not really everywhere, but it spattered all over my arms, both my forearms, and then out of the corner of my eye, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, I saw the doctor like wince, which means the blood also spattered in his face. But I didn't want him to freak out. I didn't want her to freak out. So I kept cutting. And then the blood also shot some more. So then they pulled Armani from us, they gave him to her, and then moved him to the little bed, and then they carried him to the NICU. Like I mentioned before, that's the neonatal intensive care unit. Then when I went back to the room, I just happened to look up.
Flip it.
It's fine.
Didn't you put the ring in?
No.
No.
It's usually on the inside.
He has a little,
He changed
stud.
it? I thought you had a hoop earlier.
Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways, keep going.
Anyways, and there was blood spattered. Probably about
that high.
Roughly like an 8-foot ceiling. And there was blood spattered on the ceiling. So I told the doctor, I don't know what happened because I left the room after that. But all in all, it was a kind of crazy experience. We were in a, she can't give too much input because she's still in. But since I'm out, I can give input. It was a military hospital and really terrible service to start with. They sent her home when she was clearly explaining contractions. They told her to deal with it by taking some Tylenol. She came home, the contractions got worse. This probably happened 2 times. Finally, she was yelling for the nurse, and then after yelling and yelling and yelling, they came in and were like, oh, now we'll admit you. But all in all, like I mentioned before, baby Armani is healthy. We're actually headed there right now. You guys won't see that, but you will see pictures after I finish this. That'll be the conclusion of this video, but the start to many more videos. Mom flew in, literally flew in
2 hours.
2 hours before he popped out. I was on the phone with her like midnight, my time here, which was 2 a.m. in Texas.
She was fine.
Ticket was booked at
Found a plane ticket.
Bought a plane ticket and then flew out here. Props. Here's her Instagram. I'll put it right on top of her face.
Perfect.
If y'all want to follow her, it'll be like right there.
Perfect. And guess
so
what?
Guess what?
You forgot the most important thing.
They're waiting.
I'm a Mimi for the first time.
Yay!
cringe. Like I said, props to her for coming out. Really like the last second, almost seemed like something super impossible, but it happened.
Shout out to Chance for taking care of our dogs.
Can I finish my video? Thank you for all that have supported throughout this short pregnancy, because like I said, he is a month and a half early, roughly a month and a half.
5 pounds, 15 ounces, and he ripped me.
They already got all that. They don't even know all that. Thank you for the support throughout the journey. Make sure you smash that like button below. Hit subscribe if you are not subscried. Remember, I can see who watches, and I know who's not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That's about it. Fatboy Alfie, Alfieboyfit.
We out.
We out.
Yeah.